Now, what exactly is going on between unions and SAA shareholder, which is the Department of Public Enterprises? Unions, NUMSA and the SA Cabin Crew Association have accused the department of dishonesty over its decision to withdraw from the consultative forum on the restructuring of SAA. On Sunday, the Department of Public Enterprises withdrew from the Leadership Consultative Forum, which is a mechanism that's formed to develop a business model for a new, restructured, reformed SAA. Now, it said that the forum was not seeking its intended purpose. To discuss these complexities and what this means for the future of the airline, I'm now joined by the Acting Director General at the Public Enterprises Department, that's Kgathatso Tlhakudi. Thanks very much for your time, Kgathatso, and welcome to the AM Report. So much has been said, so much has been done. Perhaps as a start, let's begin by clearing the air and setting the record straight. Why is government pulling out of this process?
Well, we are pulling out because we cannot continue to entertain the delaying tactics that have been used by some of the unions, like what was displayed at the creditors' meeting on the 25th of June, where without a proper basis, they chose to have the meeting adjourned when the meeting should have approved the business rescue plan, which would have been an opportunity for the airline to start anew on a solid base towards being competitive, viable, and sustainable. And these are tactics that have also played themselves out in the public arena, where some very unsavory things have been said about the department and its intentions, which is, I can put it on here, if we're not serious about saving the airline, we would not have invested public money in post-commencement finance, which is about 5.5 billion rands. We would not have spent the money that we spend bringing in international aviation consultants to help us in crafting a business plan suitable for the objective that I've set out. The minister and the department will not have spent the amount of energy and time engaged very vigorously with the business rescue practitioners to ensure that we are aligned as to the future that this airline deserves. This is an airline that has been in existence from 1934, was one of the founder members of IATA, has won many awards as a best airline on the continent. It's really our gateway into the world, where we get our tourists who sustain our tourism industry, where we get our trading partners because we are that far away from them. So it's a very critical asset for us, and that's why we have invested the energy. All we are asking of the unions is please put the offer that we have given to you before your members, because we really believe that the members will support this, and that the way these union leadership is behaving is not in line with their members' interests. And what they are doing here, they are pushing an outcome which is not going to benefit anyone, which is liquidation.
Right. You know, I was mentioning that, as you've admitted, a lot of money has been spent to try and make sure that we do have a restructured SAA. What happens to those plans now? Well,
like I said, everyone loses, including the shareholder, if this airline is not rescued. South Africans lose a connector of South Africa to the rest of the world. That's what we all lose. And we had invested in this rescue process because we believe in this airline. We believe it continues to be a very powerful brand for promoting South Africa internationally. We believe that it is a great enabler for regional connection. And that's what really we are paying for. And what we are faced here is basically an unnecessary destruction of value in a public asset. And this is the same behavior that we had last year in November when we had a strike at SAA, when the very same unions went out in the public arena and spoke very badly about the airline and the maintenance that was being done, which basically destroyed value. And we had bookings getting cancelled as a result. So this is a pattern of behavior that we have seen before. And really our appeal is that can we have a little bit more maturity, and then can we place the interests of the workers, not only in the SAA, because for every worker that is in SAA, there's another 6 in the industry. So the 10,000 people that are in the SAA group are sustaining another 60,000 people in the aviation-related industries, not even counting they have 400,000 people that are in the tourism industry. So it's a huge responsibility that is on our shoulders and those of the unions. And what we are asking for is we have negotiated an offer for voluntary severance packages. We have put our offer after considering the inputs from the unions on the table. What we are asking is to the unions, put it before your members, because the members have been getting hold of the department directly, and they are saying they do not understand why the unions did what they did at the creditors meeting. They are saying this is not in our interest. We need certainty. We have not been receiving salaries for months now. We are losing our livelihoods and our assets here. Can we just have certainty? And that's what we have given them. And the packages that we put before the unions enable workers who will not be accommodated to go out there and get other job opportunities. It buys them that time to be able to do that. And we have also gone further and said, as new opportunities get created in the business, because the recovery is going to come, and people are going to want to travel when that comes. We are saying let's then give preference to what would be ex-SAA employees with those job opportunities. And that's what we have put before the union. So all that we are asking, let's do that. Can we also, our appeal as well to the Pilots Association, they've extracted a lot of value over the years. There's a regulating agreement that they have with the company, which is not sustainable, which means they are less productive than pilots in other parts of the world. They are operating 540 hours against a benchmark of 720 hours. They are getting salaries where they benchmark themselves against the highest paying airlines around the world. Yeah. It is not sustainable. And we are saying, can we get to a point where we have salaries, productivity numbers that can ensure a sustainable airline? Of course, when the airline does well in the future, we're hoping we'll have a salary structure that can reward good performance. And that's all that we are asking for.
Let me ask this very quickly, Kgathatso. You know, this has been a protracted issue for quite some time. In hindsight, to what extent is government, outside of the back and forth with unions, to what extent is government satisfied with its handling of the issue since, you know, it first emerged and became unavoidable?
Well, our conscience is clear, Ayanda. We really have gone beyond the call of duty because we are part of a government that cares about South Africans. We have put in a lot of effort on our side to ensure that this airline can be saved, and we believe it can still be saved as long as we can have a mature response from these unions. And the majority of the unions at SAA, by the way, are not aligned to this land that has been taken by NUMSA, SACCA, and SAPA. So this was not. So we have achieved some good results in that way, and the overwhelming majority of the employees at SAA recognize the good work that we have done in trying to save the airline, and this is happening. Internationally, aviation is in trouble. You have major airlines that are literally cutting huge numbers. Almost in some instances, up to 80% of the staff are having to be let go. I mean, we have seen Virgin Australia going bankrupt not too long ago. I mean, so the numbers are there for everyone to see for themselves. And those that are in aviation know that despite of the challenge that are faced by the industry, government has come to the party and say, how can we help this national carrier so that it can continue. And we'll continue to do this, Ayanda, for as long as it takes. But the reality of what we are sitting is for the business rescue plan to come into effect, the agreement with labor should have been achieved.
Yeah, all right.
And if it is not achieved, the workers are looking at the 2,000 rands maximum that will be taking home, and that will not sustain them for any period of time. So all that we are asking is, can we put our own personal feelings of each other and the politicking that we have seen aside and put the interests of the workers first?
All right. A clear sign there from government to still being willing to get back to the negotiating table and have these discussions. Thanks very much for your time. Kgathatso Tlhakudi is the acting DG of the Public Enterprises Department. Government there saying that they've gone beyond the call of duty to try get SAA right. I wonder if you agree with that. Give us your sentiments at Newzroom 405. For now,